Switzerland, wrapped demurely in vineyards, waking up from behind the glorious clouds, the largest, bluest lake of the country, and not too far, snow-clad mountains. No wonder some of the most famous people not only came visiting, but lived in the Lake Geneva region. And this week, after having traveled to 5 different cantons, we are here with the Swiss Made Challenge.
The best part about spending some time in a country is that you learn how to get around it conveniently. And I hope our challengers have been paying attention through the travels, because this week on Swiss Made Challenge, the 4 remaining challengers need to find their way around Lake Geneva region. Their kickstart point, the gorgeous city of Lausanne.
Wakey wakey, rise and shine. The challengers are covering a distance of almost 320 kilometers in 3.5 hours to get to their next challenge destination.
Good morning. Good morning. May I see your tickets, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. This pass has given us access to first class rides, and I'm really thankful for this because it adds up to all the fun that we're having here in Switzerland.
Hello. Good morning. May I see your tickets, please? Thank you.
And as soon as I open my eyes, we can see the Lake Geneva in front of us, and this is just mesmerizing.
It looks like ocean because it's never ending. I would say Lake Geneva is one of the prettiest lakes I've seen in Switzerland till now.
Such a gorgeous day today. There's so much to do when you're in the Lake Geneva region. So here's a list of my top 5 must-dos.
A region with so much to do makes it hard for me to pick only 5 things. But I'll give it my best shot, and do excuse me if I'm biased. Put on your cycling gear and get ready to work those muscles, because this is where you will inhale clean fresh air while you're cycling through one of the most picturesque stretches in the whole world. Lavaux, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the land of 3 suns, is a place best discovered on 2 wheels, the non-motored kind. There's a reason why the Swiss people consume the most chocolate per capita in the world. After all, some of the world's highest quality chocolate is produced in this country. And Lake Geneva region is one of the best hotspots for these yummy delights.
Oh, yes. This is a must-do. I would come around the world all the way to Lausanne for the best hot chocolate in the world at Les Diablerets. What? I'm not being greedy. This is my annual supply. Oh. Famous landmarks, gorgeous landscapes, train journeys in Lake Geneva region are not just for convenience, but for pleasure.
With that view, is there even a doubt about it? Take the golden pass, I say, to complete your holiday.
That's so cool. Well, there are endless sculptures along the waterfront done by famous artists or of famous people. But the one person who put Vevey on the world map is Charlie Chaplin. And everyone wants a picture with Charlie.
While Charlie Chaplin stands in Vevey by Lake Geneva, there are other notable residents who came as travelers and decided to make home along this lake. Mary and Percy Shelley may have written Frankenstein while holidaying, but it's been a favorite with many musicians. Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Phil Collins, the list is endless, and the lake continues to inspire many more. Another huge inspiration is the Castle of Chillon. Made famous by Lord Byron's poem, The Prisoner of Chillon, 200 years later, travellers come here to see his name carved into one of the pillars.
Now this castle is one of the most visited monuments in all of Switzerland, and it stands as it is today from the 13th century. Clearly the walls have a lot of stories to tell, and which is why everyone wants to come here.
But whether you've read his poem or not, this castle in itself is sheer poetry.
We are at the Olympic Museum in Lausanne, and it is one of those places which are iconic. I mean, you have to come here at least once in your life.
Being into fitness and sports, I love the connection with sports, and I love the concept of all the memories of all these years of Olympics being at one place.
So I was feeling that I was a part of a race in Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar or Student of the Year.
There was this interactive clock. So as soon as you step on it, the clock interface changes. So every time there was a new skin for the clock.
I'm thinking that the moment we enter, we're going to have a task, and everything we see, we have to be really careful about it.
Everybody has just phased out from the challenge mode, and we are just enjoying the experience of being a part of one of the most special museums in the world.
I actually get to stand at the gold podium, the same podium where the top athletes in the entire world got to stand in Sydney. Once we have enjoyed the Olympic Museum and just soaked in the whole feeling of standing on the golden podium and being a part of something so special, we come out and there we see Neha already with a smile on her face and a wink in her eye, and we know that we are definitely going to be given a task now.
Bonjour challengers! Bonjour! Welcome to the French-speaking part of Switzerland, the beautiful Lake Geneva region. Well, we are in Ouchy, Lausanne. You've just been to the Olympic Museum.
Yes.
It's a place that celebrates the spirit of competition and challenges.
Yes.
And since you guys are in a challenge, we thought this is the perfect place to kickstart. Now, as you've realized, your competitors are reducing, but competition is increasing.
Yes.
And one of you has a challenge point. Harshit, today, if you take your challenge point, you can knock off 15 minutes from any of your competitors.
Okay.
Would you like to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
And who is the person?
Either the challenge point would be used on me or Anamika, because we consider as the strong contenders.
In my mind, I'm confident that he's going to choose Akash.
Anamika.
Wait, hold on. What did you just say? Did you just say my name?
Thank God, bacha main.
Anamika, stress has gone up.
My world shatters around me.
Today's task is all about your learning of your journey in Switzerland so far. You will find your clue cards in Place de la Palue, which is the center of the old town in Lausanne, one of the most beautiful old towns in Switzerland. My favorite question, are you game?
Yes, we are.
Good luck, guys.
Spread across 3 hills, dominated by the cathedral that is Switzerland's most impressive piece of early Gothic architecture, and at its feet, the Old Town. Car-free, gorgeous, with a clock that made history and kept time since 1964. Backdrop of Place de la Palue, with its iconic Fountain of Justice, where we kickstart this week's first task.
Pick up edible items to represent a 6-course French meal along with wine.
Head to Vevey to get Charlie Chaplin's shoes from Poets. Get a selfie with the man who wore these famous shoes.
Head to Montreux and get a small bottle of local wine. Get a selfie with the rock star.
Get to Les Diablerets before 7:30 to successfully complete this challenge.
The Lake Geneva region is known for its gastronomy, and that's exactly what our first task is all about. The challengers need to create a 6-course French meal along with wine, with edible food items that represent each course. And take a selfie of themselves with the famous Cathedral of Lausanne.
Not related to strength at all. This requires a lot of navigation.
In a task, time is of a lot of importance, and a challenge point can change the whole game.
We're supposed to get food items. It doesn't really have to be a whole meal, but anything that represents the meal.
First of all, I spot cheese because I've been having a lot of amazing meals and cheese has always been a part of it.
That's correct, Akash. Cheese is one of the 6 courses. All the challengers have different strategies, which is fine, as long as they eventually get the correct 6 courses.
The first thing I want to just figure out what a 6-course French meal is.
And the 6 courses of a typical French meal that they need to get are soup, starter, fish, meat, salad, cheese or fruit, and dessert. Hope you get that right. Anamika's time disadvantage is over. Let's see how far behind she is.
I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna use it to fire myself and to do so well in this task that I make sure that this disadvantage makes no effect on my challenge.
Okay, can you give me this one? This one. Boles de feta. I've got cheese, I've got strawberry, I've got bread and pork, I've got bones de feta, I've got a sweet fish, and now it's time to buy some wine.
Not bad, Akash. Harshit, where are you at?
Yeah, I want pasta. Pasta?
Pasta? Harshit, French meal, not Italian.
One dish dessert.
You clearly haven't been paying attention at meal times. Sanya, still reading menus? You better start filling your basket soon.
Excuse me? Which place is the cathedral, please?
Anamika is taking a completely different route. Selfies first, shopping later.
And finally there it is, the cathedral, and it actually says it on the board. I take a selfie and that is when I get back on track because at least one part of the task has been done.
I am done with my meals and I'm ready to shoot to the cathedral.
This is the church on the opposite side of the old town. Cathedral is in the old town, boys. Read your clue cards clearly.
Is this a French restaurant?
Yes.
Can I buy this carrot? Just 1 carrot.
Yeah.
Can I buy it?
Yeah.
Just 1 carrot.
Yeah.
Which is a French dessert here.
French dessert, it's here. It's a croissant, almond croissant.
How much is this for? 2?
Yeah.
Give me this.
And you can also have a little soup of melon.
How much is that for?
5 francs.
Can you make it fast and give me?
Yeah.
I have taken a carrot for a salad, and I have taken dessert, which is typically French, and now I'm taking the soup, which is again a very common thing. I got a soup.
Finally, Sanya, you have a lot of catching up to do. Six-course French meal reminder: soup, starter, fish, meat, salad, cheese or fruit, and dessert.
As the name suggests, the Lake Geneva region is settled along the Lake of Geneva, and beyond that then is where Lausanne is and our challenges are. Now we've set up the task along this beautiful blue lake, so they have to make their way to Vevey, Montreux, and finally come closer to the mountains to Les Diablerets. I'll wait for them there. Not before they finish shopping and taking all 3 selfies.
By this time I knew that, okay Akash, this is like traveling around Switzerland kind of a thing. My blood got pumping out. I'm like, man, now this is something crazy. Train. 3. Come.
That's up next on Swiss Made Challenge.